I have a secret to tell you. I am Dan Cooper.
Firstly, I mean, how the hell did they let him do this? This has thrown it off for me. The whole up until now, I've been like, this all called. This is all. What do you mean you're not thrown off?
Yeah. There's no. Yeah, there's just absolutely no way.
She only contacted the FBI because he said to her that I am Dan Cooper.
Peckish for answers. Mysteries and conspiracies.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to Peckish for Answers. This is episode 3. I am Reese, and with me today I have Oscar. Say hello.
Hi.
And I have Rolf.
Hello, everybody.
So I'm hosting today, and today I've done some research, and we are doing the disappearance of DB Cooper, which is a really interesting story that I like. I've watched loads of videos on it, done some research, and yeah, it's really interesting. So I'm just going to jump straight into it, to be honest.
Why is his name DB? What's his first name?
We'll get into that.
Okay.
It's part of the mystery, mate.
Yeah, do you not know? Do you not know?
I actually do know.
Okay.
We'll get into that.
Well, I was thinking like why some people are called like, DB or like OJ.
Well, actually, no, it's interesting. Actually, I will actually tell you,
because it's their first. Isn't it their first name and their middle name?
Yeah, no. So actually, I'll tell you.
I'm OJ. I could be OJ Neville.
Yeah, you can if you want to be. Yeah,
good
sure.
as you want to be.
I can call you OJ Neville if you want.
I'm not going to call you that.
I don't know.
I'm not calling you that. No, I can tell you actually. So actually, his name is Dan Cooper, but a newspaper. There was a suspect in mind, and his name was DB Cooper, but he wasn't actually, he didn't do it, And a newspaper reported that it was DB Cooper who did the heist, and the rest is history. It basically just everyone just thought, DB Cooper.
I didn't know that.
So he's not actually DB Cooper.
No, he's not. No, it's Dan Cooper.
No.
Yeah, but everyone knows it's DB Cooper because of that mistake in the newspaper.
Interesting bit of lore there. A little bit of trivia for you there.
A little bit of trivia, guys. No, but anyway, so I'll start off. Go straight into it, to be honest. It's so the afternoon of November 24th, 1971. A middle-aged man carrying a briefcase walked into Portland International Airport and purchased a one-way ticket to Seattle, Washington. The man identified himself as Dan Cooper. He, along with 36 other passengers and a crew of 6, he boarded the Northwest Airlines flight 305. Once aboard, Cooper made himself comfortable in the middle of the last row of seats on the right side of the cabin. He ordered himself a drink and had a little smoke because the 70s, it was a cool time. You could smoke on planes. And then once the flight was cleared for departure, Cooper turned around, and there was a, those seats where they have the flight attendants. So he turned around, and the flight attendant was there. And he handed the flight attendant an envelope. Her name was Florence Schaffner. And inside the envelope was a note. Anyone think you know what the note might say?
Don't scream, or I'll kill you. Go and give me a parachute.
Oscar, what do you think? What do you think the note said?
Wait, so he handed her a note, or she handed him a note?
He handed her a note. He turned around and handed her a note.
Did it say, "Will you go out with me"? And a tick box for Y or N.
Maybe.
I reckon it said.
No, go on, Oscar.
I reckon it says, "I'm a spy. Don't react." I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to find out some information about the person next to you. Some sort of like, I'm a spy. Do this, basically.
Okay. Well, you're both wrong. Yeah. It said, handwritten message. It said, "I have a bomb here. I would like you to sit by me." Schaffner reluctantly sat beside him, glimpsed inside Cooper's briefcase, and saw what appeared to be 8 sticks of dynamite. Go on.
How did she sit next to him? Wasn't the flight? Was there an empty seat?
No, it was empty. He was in the middle seat.
Oh, so there was no one else.
There was no other passenger
my bad,
next to him. was only 36 other passengers on board.
Oh, okay.
I was pretty lucky that there was no one sitting next to him. Did he? Maybe he bought both seats.
Maybe.
No, he only bought one ticket.
But
He was
then,
a risky
what if there's
man.
two people next to him? Then his plan just fails.
Or maybe he would have just gone to another seat that was free or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure he would have found a way. Yeah.
But yeah, so there's she then goes and contacts the crew, the cabin crew, and then another steward goes and sit next to him with a phone, so they could kind of be like an intermarry. I can't say the word.
Intermarry.
So they could talk,
communicate.
They could communicate through DB Cooper to the cabin crew, and he had 3 demands. His demands were quite simple. He wanted $200,000 in cash put in a knapsack. He wanted 2 back parachutes and 2 front parachutes. And then he also stated that when the plane landed in Seattle, he wanted a fuel truck ready on standby to refuel the plane. And he also said, no funny stuff, or I'll do the job.
What's a back parachute and a front parachute?
I believe it's so you obviously have your it's like 4 parachutes, so
like just in case 3 go off.
Just in case 3 don't go off, yeah.
So he's just going to carry them all as he's like flying down.
Well, it'd just be like that. Straps them on the front and then the back.
All right.
So yeah, so he, for the remaining of the hijack time, he was sat. Tina Mucklow was sat next to him, the steward, and the plane circled Seattle airport for an hour and a half while authorities could get the ransom. So they got $10,000 $20 bills were collected from a local bank, and an owner of a nearby skydiving school supplied the parachutes. And then finally, at 5:45 p.m., nearly 2 hours past its schedule, the plane landed in a remote section of the tarmac. Mucklow then went off to get the ransom, and she came back onto the plane. And in exchange, Cooper permitted 2 of the flight attendants, as well as all of the other passengers on board, to disembark, which actually a lot of them didn't even realize there was a hijacking going on. They thought it was a technical issue. With the Panzer,
I'd be very happy to find like someone to be like, by the way, there was a hijack. Oh, thank God you didn't tell me just then.
Yeah. So he was very calm throughout it. He didn't, he wasn't raising his voice or anything like that. He was very calm, just kind of sat there and just, said this.
Maybe there was one on our flight to Crete, and that's why we diverted to.
Maybe. And then, with the ransom paid and only 4 remaining crew members on board, Cooper then told the captain that he wanted to fly to Mexico City. But he was very specific with what he wanted the plane to do. So he wanted the plane to fly with its landing gear down. He wanted the flaps at 15 degrees, and he wanted the plane to fly below 10,000 feet. He also said that the lights were also to be switched off in the cabin, and the aft stairway, which opens from the underbelly of the plane, was to remain extended. Though 2 of his demands could not be satisfied. The non-stop flight to Mexico City from Seattle was too long and would need a pit stop for refueling. Cooper then suggested 3 cities for refueling stop: Phoenix, Arizona, Yuma, and Sacramento. But they all eventually agreed on Reno, Nevada. And also the stairway could not be opened during takeoff. So Cooper agreed that it could be closed during takeoff on the condition that Mucklow remained by his side and taught him how to open it while airborne. Okay. The flight then departed Seattle at 7:36 p.m. So about 2 hours after it landed, which from reports, Cooper was actually getting quite frustrated with how long it was taking refueling. But then only 5 minutes after takeoff, Cooper told Mucklow to go to the cockpit, and that from this point on, he was not to be disturbed. The last time Mucklow saw Cooper, he was standing in the middle aisle, looking like he was preparing to jump. She joined the crew and locked the cockpit door, and 3 hours later, they safely landed in Reno. The crew then went into the cabin, but there was no sign of Cooper or the bomb. The stairway had been opened during mid-flight and was damaged slightly on landing. So, with that little information, that is the hijacking itself. What do you think has happened to DB Cooper there?
Firstly, I mean, how the hell did they let him do this? Like, once he's landed in Seattle, they're going to let him go up and potentially, like, crash
But he's
his
got
plane
bombs.
into something.
He's got bombs, hasn't he?
So,
Yeah, but like,
he's got a bomb and he still has crew members on board. So, I guess if they try anything, he would. I mean, he said, if you try anything, no funny business, or I'll do the job.
there's no way that you could pull that off today.
Well, no, because there's
100%
SWAT
not.
teams
But
and
you got to
high
think about this. This is
intelligence.
the 70s where the security was so lax in airports, you could carry like a gun or a bomb very easily on. And I think they also, the FBI got involved with it, and I think they were really just rushing around a lot. They were just trying to just get it. At first they fought to give him some a dummy, like some dummy parachutes, but they realized that actually they thought, oh, maybe he's going to take a hostage with him, so we wouldn't do that. They were really, I think, just really worried about it, so they just kind of
and also if you give him
commands.
dummy parachutes, you're basically just letting him, basically trick him into killing himself, which is a bit brutal. Like, yeah. I mean, I guess maybe what the authorities thought was like, okay, well, if we land him in fucking Reno or Mexico, we can get the authorities to pick him up when he leaves the plane or something, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But when they were supplying the parachutes, obviously they must have been aware he's planning on making a jump at some point.
Yeah.
So like,
also, to be fair, I didn't tell you this bit actually. There were 2 fighter jets, like guiding the plane. They were behind the plane.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so there were 2 fighter jets following the plane.
So I would have thought that they'd like follow the plane, wait for him to jump out, see where he jumps out, and then they go like, all right, he's jumped out here. Let's follow him down. Circle him. All right, he's gonna land here. Get the truck out. Just arrest this motherfucker.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, he must have jumped out. He must have jumped out because, I mean,
what do you think, Oscar?
So hang on, did he get his money?
Yeah. He's got his money. He's got his parachutes.
Okay.
He had, I think it was 10,000 $20 bills from a local bank.
I mean, he obviously jumped out.
Yeah.
But
go on, Rolf.
You know what? I actually, now that you mentioned about the fighter jets, if they were trailing him the whole time, they would have seen him jump out. I don't think he jumped out of the plane. I think what he did was he put the landing gear down or whatever, and he was like doing this whole thing of like the parachutes and everything to make everyone think he was going to jump out of the plane. So he put the landing gear down, then he hid somewhere in the plane. Then when they landed, they were like, oh my God, he's jumped out of the plane. They hid there for a while. And then a while later, he managed to sneak out.
Where would he hide there? Like under the seat, and they just didn't look.
Yeah, I don't know.
In one of those little like luggage things.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the problem is that the authorities, as soon as he landed, they would have checked every single thing to see if he was still in the plane. So that's
I can confirm. Once the plane landed, the FBI swatted in with, I think there was quoted like 30 to 50 men, just absolutely just swatted the place.
Yeah.
Right. So I can tell you when the plane landed, the FBI came in and swarmed the plane. He was not hiding on the plane. At some point during the flight, DB Cooper had jumped. With they didn't exactly know where it was, but with the information, so after who was it? So after Mucklow saw DB Cooper in the middle of the aisle looking like he was about to jump, and then went and locked the cabin crew door and was in there, they felt because they didn't have sensors at the time for it to tell them, but they felt the plane really jolt, like something was like the aft stairway could be open, and that was around north of where was it? North of Portland. So the FBI they looked at aerial maps, and also the fighter jets. They did not see DB Cooper jump at any point, but it was pitch black at the time, so he could have evaded the
Why
fighter
wasn't
jets.
there anyone in the back with him looking at him?
No, because he said to him, "I want to be alone."
Oh, right, okay.
So she went to the camera crew. So the FBI came up with a zone where they thought DB Cooper had jumped. It was a massive, massive zone north of Portland, and it was an area covered by dense trees and mountains. So the FBI searched the area very quickly after the plane landed. I think the morning after, and did not find anything. Didn't find the parachutes, didn't find the money, didn't find DB Cooper's body, didn't find his handwritten note that he had brought with him.
I thought he gave that to the woman.
He took it back.
Unbelievable.
He was very clever. So there was no evidence in that area. The only evidence that they had was that there was 2 parachutes left behind in the plane, a tie, and 8 cigarette butts.
Ah, he was smoking.
Yeah, he was smoking. Yeah.
Interesting.
But there was no evidence in the landing zone, and the FBI searched and searched, and they kept searching, and then 10 years later, after the hijacking, a 8-year-old boy named Brian was digging on a local beach called Tina Bar in Portland, and it was on the shores of the Columbia River, and found 3 bundles of cash totaling $5,880, and the FBI checked these bundles of cash, and they all matched the serial numbers of the ransom money that was given by the bank. So yeah.
Comms there.
So that's the only evidence to be found.
How did they know? Well, so they recorded the serial number of the money that they gave.
Yeah, so the bank, so every major bank will have ransom money set aside.
Oh, really?
For things like this, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
For things like this, and they log all the serial numbers of all the cash that they give them. The FBI also put this information out to the public, and gave rewards. I think it was $25,000 for anybody who could find a note with the serial number. And
so I guess
it's easy.
And no public found any money until Brian dug it up. 8-year-old
really?
Brian dug it up.
Interesting. Yeah, because that's really smart. Because then you be able to see on a map. You're like, okay, well, he spent it some here, he spent some there, he spent some here.
Exactly. So that was the FBI's thinking. They were thinking they were basically trying to make it as difficult as possible for him to spend the money.
That'd be kind of fun. Imagine there's someone like around London that's got let's like perform like a heist or something, and you've got to look out for like the
serial number.
Yeah, that'd be cool as shit.
So yeah, that was the only evidence to be found. The FBI were really hot on it. They thought, "Oh, this is amazing. We've got really good evidence here." But eventually, it just led to a dead end.
Well, I mean, how are they going to know where it came from?
Where do you think? This is what I wanted to ask you. How do you think the money ended up there?
I reckon he must have. Was his money in a briefcase or was it?
It was
just
in a
like
knapsack. Bundles of cash, 10,000 $20 bills.
in one bag or multiple bags?
It was in one bag.
What's
I
a
think.
knapsack?
It's like
I
a
think
small
of
bag.
nappy sack. Is it a
It's like a
nappy
small.
sack?
It's like a small,
Yeah.
like satchel almost kind of thing.
See, if it wasn't like, it depends how well it. If it wasn't sealed that well, then probably some when he was jumping out, just
Yeah, maybe when he
floated out.
landed. Yeah, he landed.
And
Could have
like,
fallen out.
surely did they not know, like, because that kid found like bundles of it.
Mm-hmm.
If it was bundled up, could they not, like, did they hand him the money in, like, I don't know, $5,000 bundles? Could they not just, like, did the bundles match what he was given, basically? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They did.
Oh yeah, they would have because the serial number is the same, so they know for a fact it's from that. Well, I mean, there you go. That basically says that pretty much he definitely jumped out around there, definitely landed around there, and then he just ran away, and I don't know, maybe when he landed, a bit of money fell out.
Well, the thing is, like, it could be fucking anywhere by now. So, like, yeah.
Yeah, and also like, we just found this bundle of cash. Mate, it's been 10 years. He's not still in the fucking Portland forest.
That's probably been in the sea. Yeah, it's probably been in the sea for 10 years. So it's not like, here we go. Like, we're hot on this tail.
Yeah,
Miles away.
How far can he get? 10 years? Not that far. Let's go.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that you kind of say that. So there was because this case went on for years and years. Like, they did some tests on the rubber bands that were wrapped around the bundles of cash to test how well they fare in outside environments, and like things like water, dirt, and sand. And this particular brand of rubber band could not withstand 1 year to the elements.
I was thinking this when you first said about like the bundle, like him finding the bundle 10 years later. I was thinking, how the hell is it still like?
Yeah,
but maybe
bundle? How the hell is the rubber band still intact after 10 years in water? That
it might have.
Yeah, so the rubber bands can withstand a year of water.
It might have been washed up somewhere, and then like.
No, but the rubber bands were intact. They were intact.
Yeah, but maybe it washed up somewhere, and then, or maybe it had been washed up on that beach for fucking 10 years, and no one had found it because he dug it up.
No, but the rubber bands were degraded. Have you ever seen I've got like, if I ever find a rubber band in my like drawer that's like 5 years old, it is like fucking crispy and crunchy and about to break.
So
like it breaks apart so easily.
The rubber bands they used, they did test. They could only last a year to the elements.
Yeah, to the elements just means outside. Yeah, it just means outside.
Just means outside.
Not your
water,
bedroom.
cold.
If you leave a rubber band on your patio, that's the elements.
So
the winds, the rain, the cold,
water,
the heat. That's the elements.
Yeah, but if it's buried under sand, does that not elongate the lifespan?
Well, it's only exposed to water. It's only exposed to heat and cold. I mean, this freeze sometimes.
This is on a beach where it's not a very big beach. It's on the banks of a river where the river's going to constantly go into it. The water's going to go into there.
Yeah, I see that. But then the rubber band, it's under the constant same stress the whole time. It's not like it's not like someone's stretching it and be like, oh look, that's not very stretchy anymore. It's just the same. It's in the same position.
That's not the point. That's not the point. This thing can't withstand the elements for more than a year. Straight up. It's been 10 years.
They did a test, and they tested the rubber bands and in water and dirt and sand and things like that. And after a year, every set of rubber bands that was used would just crumble within a year.
What about the money though? Like the money's made out of paper back then, like plain paper, isn't it? Or like waxy paper.
Yeah,
well, it's still the same.
Surely
it's still the same
money.
as this. Still the same as it is now in America. Same thing.
Money can actually last quite a while. Actually,
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
So
I don't buy
that's
this
a very
whole
interesting
rubber
point,
band
and this has thrown it off for me. The whole up until now, I've been like, this all makes sense, but this, what do you mean you're not thrown off? It's not obvious, is it?
I want him. No, I just think it. I don't know. I don't
Do
trust
you not
it.
believe the science that I'm
Do you,
telling
No,
you?
I
you
don't.
just think their rubber band can last 10 years in the elements. That's what you're saying. Just say that. Is that what you're saying?
I think good. Yeah, I think it
The
could.
FBI, the
Buried in the
FBI,
sand. Buried in the
This is wrong,
sand.
wrong.
the
Yeah,
FBI,
I'm
the
right.
FBI in this case did several tests on because people thought, right? People thought like you, and they thought that the money might have flown out or flowed down the river or things like that. So then I think it was in the 90s because this case was open from it was open for years. I think in the 90s they did tests on the rubber band to make like they're like, actually, could the rubber band actually withstand any elements? And it couldn't. They could not. After a year, they just crumbled and just got destroyed.
Hmm.
So
and the
yeah.
cash
So what?
was
So what?
found.
He-
The cash was found with the rubber band still on it.
So he's just camping. So he's just on a raft, and he's like, "Oh well, I should probably reband these," and he threw them off. I mean, there's no way someone finds the money, keeps it all there perfectly, puts another rubber band on it, and then just gets rid of it.
So
Well,
I
you
can
know
tell
what?
Go
I'll
on.
just say quickly what there could be some sort of element of I don't know why. I mean, I don't know the full story yet, but maybe the FBI are hot on his tail in some other area that he's aware of. So he needs to throw them back off his tail. So let's say he jumped out way later. Yeah, let's say he jumped out way later and like they're onto him or something. So he goes back there, rubber bands it and chucks it down there so that the kid will find it. And the
Absolutely
FBI will
no
go,
way.
oh, he's definitely.
No.
But that is such an unlikely.
There's no way after
kid,
10
yeah.
years, that he's risking.
that's
He's
true.
like, oh, it's not absolutely no way.
So
Yeah, no, it's true.
there
That's a
is
dumb
there is
point.
there is a leading theory on this why the
Mhm.
money's there. So the leading theory is that, like you said, during his descent when he jumps, this bundle of cash did escape and went, and it got washed up, and somebody found it, and because it was such big news at that time, it was everywhere. They, I don't know, got scared and they didn't want to.
Well, they want 25 grand.
They wanted the money, or I don't know, they didn't want to be questioned by FBI. They may have criminal record or something like that, and they buried that money there for a later date.
Well, also,
On the beach.
it's
Yeah,
okay, but
that's the
so with
leading
that,
theory.
I get what you're saying because then so they basically found this money and they were like, okay, well, I can't use it yet because the FBI it'll be popped up. I'll get basically found out
Yeah.
that I've been using it, and then it's going to be taken away from me. Maybe if I hold on to it for some amount of time, then I can do it. But then what? He held on to it, and then 9 years later, rubber banded it and put it
Yeah,
in the ground.
yeah.
Where the fuck would he do that?
Absolutely.
And did they also
no
the other thing is, was the band? This is probably the most important. Was the band the same rubber band that it was banded with?
Yes.
It was.
Yes.
Yeah. It was.
Oh,
Yeah, it was-
I'm right. The band can withstand it. It can definitely withstand it.
What do they?
There's no
What do
way
they have to
someone's gone out and
say?
bought the same
what-
rubber band.
What do they have to say on the degradation of the rubber band? Because surely it must have been severely degraded.
Well, it was the same. It was the same rubber band of the same brand of rubber band. I mean, it could
That's
be.
pretty
It could be a
fucking rare.
It could be a different rubber band, but it was the same brand of rubber band that was used to bundle the money at the bank.
But
I'm
how
telling you
degraded
now.
was the rubber band? Because if it looked brand new, then obviously it's a new brand. But if it's literally its last fucking legs, then it's more likely that it's
I
at least a
don't
year
actually
old, maybe even
know.
10.
I don't actually know how badly the brand. I don't think the band was that badly damaged. To be honest, it didn't look that bad.
I just
I think it had a little bit of wear and tear, but it wasn't terrible.
I just
Now
think
I'm starting to lean more towards Oscar's side. That maybe it's just the fucking strongest rubber band.
yeah, I just think
you know-
you got to go so far out and find such a different weird theory, or it's just somehow the rubber band stayed on, which I think it has.
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. The FBI did
Also,
a lot of research into
also,
this.
if that leading
Is there
theory,
more to the story?
A little bit, yeah.
Also,
Okay.
that leading theory that someone found it, kept it, was scared to hand it in, and they buried it on the beach. First of all, why would they bury it on the beach, not just in their back garden or something? And then, second of all, if they were scared to hand it in, couldn't they just go to one of their friends, say, "Can you hand this in? I'll give you $1,000, and then they get 24 grand. Or they
Yeah,
can split
maybe.
it, 12.5 grand,
Yeah,
12.5
yeah.
grand.
I think that
Interesting.
leading theory is pretty fucking stupid, to be honest.
Yeah, same.
What?
Who came up with that?
Who, like, what? Digging it in the sand on a beach? Like, you got to be so stupid to do that. Do you understand?
People building
Well, there is-
sandcastles around you, and you're just fucking, like, this is a secure location.
There is another theory. There is another
fucking
theory
dumb.
that DB Cooper did go back to the beach
No.
10 years, about 10 years later, 9 years later, to bury the
Although they do
the
say
money.
that some criminals like the
They like going back to where they
kind of like the thrill.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That's similar to what I was sort of saying in a way. Like, for some reason, he went back. Maybe he wanted to, like, but then again, it's just so, like, if you want the money to be found, there are much easier ways for the money to be found than relying on a kid digging it up.
Yeah.
And if those rubber bands really do only last a year, that means he would have had to do it after 9 years and hope that someone found it within that year. That's all pretty fucking unlikely.
Yeah. There's no. There's just absolutely no way. There's no way that the whole of that beach is getting dug up at some point during, like, the year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if he's gone down there, reburied it in the hope that someone finds it, and they do, and then you're chancing that every single location of that beach is going to be dug up at some point. It's no.
Also, there's a decent chance the person who finds it wouldn't hand in the money anyway. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's the theory with DB Cooper going back there and burying it is not that he wants someone to find it. People believe that maybe this was like his last bit of money and he had to bury it, and then he would come back to go get it.
On the beach, though. On the beach. No way.
Come on.
You see children playing on the beach.
on.
Like, this is a nice, secure. No one will see me. It's just no.
Yeah,
People dig
I
on the
dunno.
beach. That's the only place people dig for fun. The only place.
All right, I'm going to tell you some.
I think that's ridiculous. I think that's ridiculous.
That's fucking bullshit.
Okay.
Who are these?
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to have a word with these agents and whoever investigated this.
I mean, all right. I'm going to tell you some a little bit more information. So, so it's interesting. So DB Cooper, he left two parachutes behind with him, and funny enough, he actually, with the whole chaos of them getting the parachutes and the money and things like that, the FBI, they actually messed up and actually gave one dummy parachute. So only 3 of the parachutes were real. And
oh, really?
yeah. And the two parachutes that DB Cooper left behind was a brand new parachute that was used for commercial, like, skydiving, pleasure activities. One which is a backup of that. But he actually took the older one that was a army parachute and the dummy parachute. So he jumped with the dummy and the older army
The theory
parachute.
is that he could have died. Also, like,
And
I don't know what.
Go on.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know what the stats are back in the day, but the chance of the parachute failing now are, like, still pretty fucking slim.
Yeah, he's also, so the parachute that he took with him was also not a controllable one, so he couldn't guide where he wanted to go with it. It just took him. So he also was in a suit and a trench coat. He's in formal wear. He had formal shoes on. He couldn't guide his landing. He if he did land, he was landing in, like I said, mountainous area, very covered in trees, which was during winter, November. So there was snowy conditions. It was cold. It was wet. So I don't know. But then no body has been found, so we don't know if he survived or not.
Did he stumble across 5 boys?
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Maybe.
Maybe he got someone pregnant, and that's who Joseph Jones saw.
Yeah. DB Cooper up in the mountains, mate.
Yeah, he's getting busy.
But that's pretty much it. I've collated. So there's some. So the FBI have had loads. So for the general. So FBI closed this case in 2016.
Is that it?
Yeah,
So
2016.
all they found was one bundle of cash, and they kept it open for all that time.
2016, they
Like tax money, honestly.
they closed the case, formally closed the case as unsolved. But they had loads and loads of suspects. But I've picked 3 of the, I think, more interesting suspects of the FBI, and I'm going to give you some. I'll give you an overview of DB Cooper first, and then I'm going to give you the pros and cons of each suspect. And I'm going to.
One of the suspects is the guy from Prison Break.
What?
In Prison Break, the old man owns up to being DB Cooper at the end of the first season.
Does he? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've not seen it.
So, overview of DB Cooper. He was a mid-40s white man with short hair, normal build, and brown eyes. He was calm throughout. He didn't get angry or anything like that. But the crew observed that he demonstrated extensive technical knowledge of the aircraft. He could also recognize the city of Tacoma from the air, and he said to, I think it was Mucklow, that he didn't have a grudge with the airline, but had a grudge. Just a genuine grudge. Yeah.
I have quite a few grudges.
Because she basically questioned.
I'll give you a C.
So basically, she questioned him about his motives, and he said, "I don't have a grudge with the airline, but I have a grudge."
I have a grudge.
Do you think he just meant I have a grudge with something? I don't know.
I don't know. He didn't specify. He just said, "I have a grudge." So the first FBI suspect is a man called Robert Rackstraw. So I'll go through his pros. So he had a military background. He knew how to make a bomb from the military. He had a criminal record. And he also had a skydiving uncle named John Cooper.
Skydiving uncle.
Yeah.
Man.
He was also discharged from the army 5 months before the hijacking. And when questioned by reporters and private investigators, he would never deny that he was being Cooper, DB Cooper.
Whoa! Wait! So they have suspects, but they know who he is because he literally showed them his passport.
Yeah.
No passport.
Do they not know what he looks like?
because it's a domestic flight.
It's a domestic flight.
Do they not know what he looks like, though?
They have.
Dan Cooper.
There's been sketches of what Dan Cooper looks like.
Why don't they just get all the Dan Coopers in America and then line them up and get that stewardess to just look at them all and be like, well, it's probably this one or this one.
It's believed it's not his real name. He just made. You don't need a form of ID. You just.
In that time, there's no way I would. There's no way I'd give my real name if I was going to hijack a plane.
In that time, you just write your name on your ticket.
Then why are they interviewing this guy called Dan Cooper? Then surely they're going to. But he says he's got a skydiving uncle called Uncle Cooper.
John Cooper. So that they're thinking, well, maybe he took the name from somewhere he knows, like Cooper. I've got a Cooper, like family Cooper.
But the stewardess and the stewards saw who he was. No, like they saw. So could they not just get them in and say, like, is this him or is this him? And they're just like, no, it's not him.
So I'll go through. Let me through.
All right. Well,
the cons though for Robert Rackstraw is that he had light-colored eyes while Cooper had brown, and he was only 28 years old while Cooper appeared to be in his mid-40s, and apparently he loved the attention. He loved attention apparently.
Right. Well, surely it just can't be him then. He's got different eyes, and he's probably half the age that he should be.
So I've got 2 others.
All right.
So none of these have been charged, by the way, but we don't know. So William J. Smith is my next suspect. He served in the Navy during World War II and likely had experience with parachuting from planes. Because I think he had like a mission where he had to parachute. He was 43 years old at the time of the hijacking, and he matched the physical description, including dark brown eyes, and he shared a strong likeness with the FBI's composite sketches of DB Cooper. He also attended this one's a very far-fetching one. Attended the same high school as a student named Ira Daniel Cooper. So that's why he could maybe take who was killed in Model 2 with him. So maybe take the name from there. He may have had a motive involving a grudge against the airline industry after losing his pension when his railroad company went bankrupt in 1970, because the airline industry in America kind of bankrupted the railroad industry for transportation. And I haven't told you this information, but on Cooper's tie that was left in the plane, there was traces of rare titanium particles that suggested that Cooper worked in he was like a manager at a metal plant or a chemical plant, and William J. Smith worked in the rail yards where titanium is found.
Yeah.
I can go for the negatives here quickly.
Keep going.
There's only two. So the only issue is that he lived in the northeastern United States in Jersey while the hijacking occurred on the opposite side of the country. And the hijacker appeared to be familiar with the local terrain of the Pacific Northwest, which Smith was not.
Yeah, you see.
Well, to be honest, yeah. If anything, like if you're going to do a hijack, you're going to do it away from your home. It's not that hard to get familiar with the local terrain. Just fucking spend a couple of years researching it. I think I don't think that's a con at all. I think if anything, that backs up.
I think he's more likely.
Those are the only cons you can get from him. He's quite a strong candidate.
Yeah, I think he's more likely, but I like the stuff with the titanium and stuff. It kind of like if you got me and the FBI got me and said this guy Jeffrey Epstein because I've got brown hair and whatever, they could probably find something. They could probably find some particle on my genes that
titanium
DB Cooper.
No. Titanium is such a rare particle.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like
clothing.
I don't know.
It's not used. It's such a rare metal. It's only used in certain industries, like railroads.
Yeah, but like
And
for example,
metal
I go up to site every now and then, and there's a train track that goes through the site. I could have been wearing my jeans. Like there could be loads of stuff. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I kind of see it.
I think you are thinking a little bit too simply on this, Oscar. I do think
No,
they probably found like they're probably like being like, okay, well, if they found this on his tie, he probably did work in these industries, like maybe to build up that level of titanium.
Yeah, it's maybe more likely. It's maybe more likely.
Maybe to build up that sort of level, you need to be exposed to a very long time, and you don't just get it from walking past a train track.
I think it's not the fact that it's just on train tracks. Like people, like Rolf said, you're not just going to walk past a train track and it goes, and you're going to get a bit of titanium particle on you. It's when you're working with the metal and you're grinding it down and you're sawing it.
Maybe he did. But the thing is, when they're looking at so many people, like they're going to find people who are going to be similar in a few aspects. Like it's unlikely that they're not.
Okay. So I've got one more. Evidence, I've got one more, and I think this suspect, personally for me, is the strongest.
Oh, okay, good.
So this is Danielle.
He changed that a lot.
Danielle L. Weber. And he died before the FBI could question him. But on his deathbed, which is really interesting, he told his wife, "I have a secret to tell you. I am Dan Cooper." Which is really quite interesting. And then his wife kind of told the FBI about this information. So they went to his house and they found a bank bag, which it wasn't the same bank bag, but he had a bank bag with him. He'd never worked in a bank before, he wasn't a banker. He had injuries, knee injuries that could be explained from jumping from a plane. They were never explained.
He's an old man, mate.
No, but they were never explained. He's had them his whole life, apparently, and they were never explained. He also had nightmares. Apparently, his wife said that he used to have recurring nightmares about leaving his fingerprints on the aft stairways. And there was a time in 1979 where he visited Tina Bar, the beach that the money was found in. He also had a military background as a World War II veteran. He also had an extensive criminal record. he matched the physical description of the hijacker. He was 47 years old in 1971, which aligns with witnesses placing Cooper in his mid-40s. The only thing that goes against him was that fingerprints did not match any of the prints collected from Flight 305. But with that information, the fingerprints were there was hardly any like evidence because a lot of stuff was touched by other people and things like that, and the fingerprints was not very hard evidence any at the time. And the same with the DNA did not match the sample collected from the tie claps found on the plane. So those are your three suspects.
Did he have a grudge?
No grudge is said.
Hmm.
No
Well, so
grudge,
I
but
assume
mean,
that
everyone has a grudge, though, don't they? So.
Yeah,
Right, so
I
I assume that he got married after that this is his wife that he married after this event.
I actually don't know that information.
I mean, it
so-
would've
Because if it was his knees going
Oh,
wrong,
no.
what, he just waddles up to his wife. Why are your knees fucked? Oh, I don't know. Why have you got a big bag of cash?
I
Oh,
doubt
no.
he's just waddling. I
I
assume
doubt
he
it's
just
waddling.
had
I think
like
it just like
maybe he
knee
had
injury.
sore knees,
sore knees.
tired legs.
I just find it. I just
Okay.
find it really, really difficult, really weird that
I
he
think-
on his deathbed he says to his wife, "I
Yeah,
have
he's
something to tell
fucking
you, I am
prankster.
the-"
He's a
I think
prankster.
I
You think
reckon
he's
that's
prankster?
him. I reckon
Yeah.
that's him.
I don't think that's him at
that's
all.
him.
He's got a different bank bag.
Yeah, but
He's
he
obviously-
also.
Yeah, what do you mean?
break.
It's been. Yeah, it's just got a
It's
different.
been,
it's got a different
20 years,
bag.
20, 30 years. It's also.
what do you mean? His
you know,
bag hasn't changed in 20, 30 years. He's got. What do you mean? Like
Yeah,
he's
he's
got a
got a
different
new
bag.
one. He got a new. Maybe it
Why
degraded
would
to
he
the
get a new
elements.
No, but
I
also,
don't know. Well, it's a bit more drippy or
also
something.
the fact that his wife said that he had nightmares about leaving his fingerprints on the aft stairways. That's such a weird nightmare to
On
have.
the aft stairways. What you mean, like the
stairways, yeah, that's what
Well,
they're
it's-
called, the
well,
aft
it's
stairways.
aft.
Well, what
That's
did
what
he go
they're
into any more detail? Like, why are you having these nightmares? Oh, because
Well,
I'm
yeah, but
DB Cooper.
he's not going to say because I nicked 200
No,
grand when I
no,
was younger
no.
to his like wife or something. I'm a criminal on the run.
No,
But what did
he
Did they
also
know?
had he. I think his wife didn't really question a lot of things because he wasn't a very stand up guy. Like he had extensive criminal record. I think his wife was very like, I won't, I don't ask about his things kind of
Yeah,
thing. And
keep
this
giving me
is,
money and I
that,
won't ask.
yeah.
Yeah,
She only contacted the FBI because he said to her that I am Dan Cooper, and she was like, oh, I better.
I think it's him.
contact.
I think it's him. That's it. Case solved.
There has been loads of suspects, but
I don't know. Like
none of them.
He's the
can-
same. He's the same age. He's the same build. He's got the same eyes, or whatever. He's got money in his house, cash. Well, I mean, they did, I guess, back then. But
They didn't find any cash in his house. No cash in his house.
oh, what?
Just a money
Look,
bag.
they found a bank bag, but it's not the same one, so that doesn't mean anything at all. That literally means
doesn't-
nothing.
Oh, that doesn't. I thought they found a bank bag with cash in it, and he just changed the
No
bag.
cash.
Oh, he must have spent it all then.
He also did visit Tina Bar in 1979,
you know,
around
like-
the time the money was found.
If people
Yeah.
visit probably that shithole every now and then. So,
But yeah,
I don't know. I mean, did they not know more about like what his job was and
he was a
did
criminal.
he have kids? As his employee, he's just a criminal. Okay,
He had extensive criminal record.
but did his wife not go like, oh, "Hang on, where are you getting this money from?" Or...
I don't think. I think that's the reason she just did not ask. She was very like
Hmm.
He was a World War II veteran.
Hmm.
It's interesting because I like to believe that I like to believe it was Weber and that he died. He lived his life and he died, and then he was like, oh,
Yeah,
thank
regardless,
you.
like I kind of respect it because he's done a good job. He's made a good mystery. He's not hurt anyone. He just took some money from an airline
it's the
company.
only-
I don't think it's any of those guys. I don't think it's any of those guys.
What do you think? You think he just died when he fell out?
Do you think he
No,
died? or do you
no. I think he
survived?
I think he lied. He survived. He packed away the parachutes, dropped a bit of the cash. Somehow the rubber band survived. Don't know. Maybe it was just a good condition. I don't know. And he just got away with it. They never even got close to finding him.
Well, his initial flight path wanted to go to Mexico City, so maybe he did. go to Mexico in the end.
There's just like I find that extremely unlikely because why the hell would you basically? Surely there's all red herrings to throw people off.
Maybe
Maybe.
he owed some money to cartel because he's a criminal.
Maybe. I mean,
I think he was doing that whole thing of like Mexico City and oh no, we need to drop off. We need to go somewhere else to fill up along the way, and he was like getting all frustrated, and then eventually picked a place. I think that was all for show to try and like make them think that he was
Well, he
serious
did-
about going to Mexico City when he
well,
was.
he
obviously
did.
just,
He did.
okay.
He did drop very quickly after the flight
Yeah.
had it was in flight.
Well, even if they were heading to Mexico City, then he could have just dropped straight after that. It wouldn't have made a difference, would it? Well, a slight difference, but you know.
Well, they were going to Reno for a pit
Yeah,
stop
but-
of refueling.
yeah, but if he only
I think he was clever enough to know also that he'd given the FBI, whoever's in charge, the police, enough time after that refueling in Seattle that they were going to swarm him in, Reno, the refueling. So I think he knew he had to jump at some point. Like,
yeah, there's no way yeah.
and they did. When the plane landed, they went in really quickly. He wasn't there.
Yeah, I reckon he
yeah.
just did it. He's made it. I reckon. Do I think that's
I
him?
think I believe it's the only successful hijacking of American aircraft apart from 9/11. Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. DB Cooper and Al Qaeda.
Al-Qaeda. Yeah, the goats.
The goats.
Yeah.
Terrible. Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, he just did it. He just did it, didn't he? He just did it.
It's not. So that is the Disappearance of DB Cooper. It's not the scary one. Was
Yeah, thank
last
God.
week.
I can actually like, go to bed tonight. And not
You
be
wait.
shitting myself.
My next one, I started listening to it in the car.
No.
and I was freaked out. Holy shit!
Oh,
I was
no.
so scared. I went on a run that night, and oh man, I was absolutely terrified.
Oh,
So
that sucks.
I cannot
Can we-
wait. I cannot wait to tell that one.
For context, viewers, after the last episode on
Was it
the
on Yuba County 5,
Yuba-
which wasn't
Yuba
even
County-
scary.
Yuba Counter 5, Rolf messaged us in our group chat and said, I can't believe
He
it was
said he couldn't sleep. Or
he
something,
couldn't go
which
to
is
sleep,
scary.
and then he woke up in the middle of the night because I think it was his bag or something
I
dropped.
heard footsteps. I
Such
thought I
a
heard
pussy.
footsteps
No, you
outside my
didn't.
room, and then my bag like just dropped, like it like
Also,
slid, like it
you
slid
do
like
live with
down
people.
slowly, and it sounded like my door was opening.
Do you ever?
My
Do you ever
God.
have
Yeah,
it
and he
where?
Then he
I
got really
bolted up
scared.
in bed. I was like,
Do you ever have it where like
so scared.
you've got like some clothing or something hanging either on your wardrobe or like on your chair, and then you like wake up in the middle of the night or something, and you like sit up,
Yeah,
and then you
Yeah,
look at it and you're
well,
like, what the hell? That looks like a person, and you just stare at it and like, that is a person, and then
yeah.
you're like,
Yeah,
holy
yeah,
shit!
yeah,
then you start
yeah.
getting more and more scared, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, it's my jeans. Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like your jeans or
But
like
like,
a hoodie or
I'll
something.
sit there just like staring at it, like,
Yeah,
holy
yeah,
shit,
I've had
what is
that.
That,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
also
yeah.
happened to me because I've got my light. You know, I showed you like this big light with like 3 bulbs on it, and I like
Yeah.
got off it. I looked into it. I was like, what? Why? Who? What is that? Yeah, but yeah. So, and the problem as well is if you wake up in the middle of the night, you sometimes are like do you ever get like slight hallucinations as well?
Yeah.
Like,
I like
I'll
it.
sometimes I look. I'll see like someone like stare, like actually start walking towards me. And it's terrifying, and they'll
Oh,
disappear.
I don't really have that.
I've had that sometimes.
I like it when I wake up and then, but I'm having a really good dream, and then like I'm kind of half asleep still, and then like the dream's fading away, but I'm closing my eyes. I'm like, no, don't go. And
Yeah.
I'm like, trying to carry on the dream, like no, and then you lose it. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Sometimes you manage to get back in though. You're like,
yeah. But then it's not as good because you know you're it's not
yeah.
smooth.
You're kind of aware that you're
clinging
like,
on.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
clinging on to
yeah.
shores. Yeah,
You can
it's all
hear
breaking
the
apart.
outside world of it, but you're like still kind of yeah.
You're like pretending to sleep, and it's like,
Yeah,
let's just give up. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the Disappearance of DB Cooper.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've got anything more to say on it because I
I'm
just
not-
feel
I'm not
like there should
satisfied.
be.
I'm not
Yeah,
satisfied.
I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like they didn't do their job
that-
very well. Like, you can't find
this
anything.
is the problem with the Disappearance of DB Cooper. It doesn't have a. This is why I quite like it. It doesn't have. No one. It's such a. No one knows what happened.
There's no satisfactory
No.
sort of theories. Like the Yucatan
Yeah.
5, there's a satisfactory. Like we don't know, but there's like
probable-
you can come up with a realistic. This could have been what happened, and with like the lighthouse one, the same. With this, it's like I'm sorry. That story you said about he came back to bury it in the sand.
Yeah.
That is just
Absolute
ridiculous.
If you
Yeah.
think that, whoever's leading theory that is, I mean, I don't know how that's come into the leading
I
theory.
think
That is absolutely
the main theory is literally just that he just escaped.
Yeah,
and
I think he just did it.
Yeah, he just did
It's
it,
the
and he
goat,
escaped.
yeah.
And he,
And with regards to that rubber band, I think it's just more likely that you just had a freak strong rubber band. Like, you get like
Yeah.
manufacturing defects and manufacturing whatever the opposite of defect is. Maybe that was just one of those. It's just a very
Yeah.
strong rubber band.
Yeah,
Maybe it was like
really strong band.
kept in decent, like maybe it got buried in the sand, like I don't know, so deep. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying,
It's
isn't
just
it?
all right. I mean,
Yeah,
I still like. I just can't imagine a rubber band surviving that long in the elements. Like it's just so hard to imagine. But maybe
No,
it
but I
did.
think it was under sand. Like it's not got wind against it. If it's deep enough, it'll maybe get like moist, but it's not got like flowing water going over it. The sand will break that up. So
yeah,
yeah,
you never know. But yeah, it's a tricky one.
yeah.
Well, thank you for that, Reese.
Yeah, thanks.
No
Reece.
worries, no
Thanks,
worries.
Reece.
Yes, it's good.
Yeah.
We'll be back with episode 4. I believe, Oscar, you doing it?
Well, I don't know. If we're doing it in order, then it's Rolf. But I'm starting to research my next one because it's just interesting. So.
Well, we don't know who it'll be. It might be Rolf, might be
well,
Oscar.
maybe you should.
It's-
Maybe you should do it then if you've already started researching.
Oh, that's convenient, isn't it?
it
looks like it's gonna be
I
Oscar.
can. I can.
Oscar, do you want to tell the viewers just a little sneak peek what it's going to be? Just a name, maybe.
I don't want the viewers
Tease us a little bit.
I
Eh?
don't want but I don't want them to look it up preemptively because this one is really freaky if you don't know anything. So
Okay.
it's
a big surprise. This one. Okay.
It's
A surprise.
It's about murder.
Oh,
I'll say
no,
that.
God.
Rolf is going to be
Good old
shivering.
murder. Yeah. So,
Well,
yeah.
I look forward to that. That's going to be great.
I also look forward to it. Yeah.
But that's been Peckish for Answers.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
fellas. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye bye. See you next week.